like and subscribe. Pretty please. What feels illegal but actually isn't? Passing a police car on the highway. I once honked at a police car because the light had turned green and they didn't go for like 10 seconds. I didn't realize it was a police car until after. I was mortified, but apparently it's not illegal. Once I was driving and someone was blinding me with their high beams from the opposite lane. I started honking and rapidly flashing my high beams. They turned them off, and as I could now see, I realized it was a cop. As a man, walking into an all-gender restroom and seeing only women in there. Yes. My high school was kind of old and had both boys and girls bathrooms, so they decided to update it. The thing is, they only made the girls' bathrooms gender neutral, I think because of urinal stuff, but that just essentially made it a female bathroom with a different name, especially considering the male bathroom was right next to it. Going out of a supermarket without buying anything. And going to a clothing store. Especially since there are usually so many people greeting you and asking if you need help. I feel like I'm suspicious when I walk in, but don't buy anything. I used to care until I started working in a clothing store. Then I realized 99% of the workers don't care and are just waiting for their shift to be over unless they work on commission. Then it's a different, much more annoying ballgame. Hiring a babysitter for the first time. Hear me out. The first time I hired a complete stranger to watch my kids, it was so fucking weird. My daughter was 18 months at the most, and I just waved goodbye and gave someone my cell phone number and peace. So strange. Not quite this, but when my oldest was younger, I'd drop him off at daycare every morning. Every morning. He'd grab my coat and scream bloody murder like I was depositing him at Kiddie Torture Incorporated. I'd walk down the hall feeling like the worst father ever. I'd call later to check on him and he was perfectly fine the second I left. A few months of this and he began to enjoy going to daycare. They had tons of toys and his friends were there, so drop off went from him screaming to him instantly running off to play. I didn't even get a goodbye daddy. I'd have to chase him down for a goodbye kiss/hug. Then, I'd leave wondering if my son cared about me at all. I honestly don't know which was worse. Asking/taking a sick day from work. It feels twice as illegal when you do so because you're just not feeling it mentally that day. I found myself doing this somewhat frequently, close to once a month. Towards the end of my tenure at my last job, that's when I knew it was time to make a change. Coughing in public. This is hilarious because lately people sort of mumble or complain about their allergies after coughing or sneezing, just to make sure you don't think they have the virus, even if they weren't talking to you. Headed to the doctor last week, chewing gum behind my mask to freshen my breath. Just as they opened the door to the lobby, I breathe a bit of my saliva, so I spend the entire time I'm in the lobby coughing and telling people I just breathed my spit. Shake my head. Turning right on red near a cop. Doing anything near a cop makes you wonder if it's illegal. Especially being black. Smoking weed on the street in front of a cop. Not illegal in Canada, but really feels like it. Buying something from a pawn shop that is valued 10 times more than they have it listed for, just because one of the employees didn't know what they were selling. Googling info about breaking the law or other crimes. Just googling it makes me feel like I'm wildclusted when all I want is to do is hear about what went down and how they did or didn't get away with it. You hear that FBI agent assigned to my account. I am just a curious citizen, not a person of interest. Lol, I do backyard chemistry and was recently exploring the limitations and regulations of hazardous chemicals and drug precursors in order to keep my experiments legal. Going about your everyday business when the police suddenly appear. Fuck. Act natural. I think, despite doing nothing wrong. Being honest with people about wanting to go home when I'm at a friend's house. My social circle is very good about that kind of thing. We are comfortable leaving when we want, or kicking people when the hosts are done hosting. It's funny it took so long for us to get comfortable being honest like that, but everyone goes through that. Why should it be awkward? Clicking on the yes I'm older than 18. Or clicking on yes I have read the terms and conditions. Going on Disney.com without parental consent. I made a Club Penguin account without my parents' consent. Thug life. Drinking alcohol on the Strip in Las Vegas. Even though my friends live there, I checked the laws on my phone just to make sure. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.